And welcome to the Channel One Newsroom from our studios at number 5 Owula Hansen Lane at Tesano. I'm Frema Adunyame. Coming up. Workers of Ghana Railway Company Limited up in arms against Railway Development Authority operations of passenger rail.
The RBA Act, 98, it stipulates that when they have no moral right, authority, no one run a train without railway. And so, no, one baby away or null and void. Yes, one shot, no one shot a mazin, young Canada mazin. What happens to railway worker Yajina Hasi?
Traders at Makola Market say they will resist any attempt to relocate them to the arts center.
Walia kapoe baja wojin kume. Shine ba eka eha 1 month ni washibi ene. Ni waka ha kowa wolo. De ka we ba ha stores bia wolo. Ni waka wa ya tuemi. She ba bajen. The one ne wakalete jen. Ni wakalete jen ka
Also coming up, Health Minister directs immediate posting of doctors and midwives to Mother and Child Hospital at Kaswa, where a pregnant woman died.
So the problem they enumerated, those I can solve instantly. I have directed that about 3 medical doctors should be posted here with immediate effect. I have also directed that they should post 5 midwives to this facility. I have also directed that about 5 of their orderlies must be mechanized with immediate effect.
The Labour Commission directs striking NIA workers to suspend their 2-day-old strike.
We want to appeal that all stakeholders, especially the Ministry of Finance and the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, help all of us to ensure that we keep a peaceful industrial atmosphere.
In Channel One Business. Ghana Chamber of Mines reject proposal by IEA for nationalization of mining assets. And in Channel One Sports, Ghana secures 3 medals on day 3 of African Senior Athletics Championships. With us now in our first story, workers of the Ghana Railway Company Limited have described the Ghana Railway Development Authority's operation of passenger rail services from Tema to Mpakadan and Kujukrom to Takrade as illegal and are calling on government to intervene. Speaking at a press conference in Takrade, the railway workers argued that although the Ghana Railway Development Authority is mandated to regulate and facilitate railway development, it has gone ahead to operate shuttle passenger services. Channel One News' Western Regional Bureau Chief Akwesi Yanim reports from Takrade.
Workers of the Ghana Railway Company Limited, GRCL, on Thursday 14th May gathered at the dilapidated Takrade railway station wearing red bands and singing solidarity songs to protest what they describe as the unlawful operation of passenger rail services by the Ghana Railway Development Authority, GRDA. According to the workers, the GRDA, established under the Railways Act 2008, Act 779, is mandated to facilitate the development of railway infrastructure and services in Ghana, administer railway assets, and promote suburban railway development. However, they contend that the authority has overstepped its mandate by directly operating the Tema, Mpakadan, and Kojokrom Takrade passenger shuttle services. The workers insist that the operation of passenger rail services remains the sole responsibility of GRCL, making GRDA's involvement unlawful and one that government must immediately address.
They have taken 40 people or 40 workers from Ghana Railway Company. And what we don't understand was that They are regulators. They are not operators. Now, our number is around 800 plus 40 workers from us, which they said they have seconded them to the GRD. And we don't know anything about their secondment. Our leaders have not informed us anything about it. That is why we are doing this press conference. We don't know anything about them.
The GRDA Act 98, it stipulates that when they have no moral right, authority, no one any train without railway. And so, no, one baby away or null and void. Yes, one shot, no one shot a mazin, young Canada mazin. What happens to railway worker? Yajina Hasi Fiala. 30 years, almost over 35 years. What happens to us?
The workers also raised concerns over salary-related issues and alleged plans to prematurely retire some staff members.
What's a baby or a PRO? JRDA. Last something a day, 45 years and above, on your for. In front of Kakabana to them, my lady, 30 years, means that she's up to 30 years. Also, no pension. If you agree, the media catch the president. In the powers that be, their weapons should be called to order. No retract or apologize. The master no can. Sister, watch it in our bravo. Watch it in our bravo. Watch ya, I could tell what you would call a bank in your balance of 50 when you be. When you be, if you about one course school, if you about international training when you want call.
Some concerned residents of Akosombo Combined, Tosca and nearby communities in the Sujaman district are calling for an independent investigation excluding the PURC into accumulated electricity debts and what they describe as excessive billing by the VRA. The demand follows a petition to the Minister of Energy and Green Transition over alleged unfair charges and lack of accountability. Speaking at a press briefing, lead advocate Michael Wolanyo claimed the issue began after VRA installed poorly calibrated meters, resulting in unusually high electricity debts, a situation he says has been confirmed by the PURC.
VRA is taking 50 series service charge from our prepaid secretly without your knowledge. You think you have about 50 series on your prepaid. Before you realize, your meter will start to be blinking. When you're going to buy power now, they will tell you, they will set the power for you and they will write 10 series, 73 pesos on the receipt. But when you're going for your statement, as I'm having here, on the statement, service charge is 000. So we think something is going wrong among the technical service. And we are appealing to the government or the president and the energy minister to institute an independent body, underline independent body, excluding the PURC, to revisit this issue.
Traders at the 31st December Makola Market A and B in Accra are protesting plans by the Accra Metropolitan Assembly AMA to relocate them from the market. The traders accuse authorities of failing to provide a temporary location ahead of the planned move, but the Accra Metropolitan Assembly maintains that provisions have been made for them to relocate to the Arts Centre. Channel One News' Isaac Ofe filed this report and was read by Manuel Ayama.
The situation at the 31st December Makola Market in Accra highlights increasing tensions between city authorities and market traders over urban planning and redevelopment in Accra. The traders have vowed to resist any attempt by the AMA to relocate them, saying that the move threatens their livelihood. Speaking to Channel One News, the interim manager Emmanuel Bequin said they will march to the Jubilee House to petition the president.
Won't qualify. Ejiaka waya bie no nimbe yoba. Wa waliaka poeba ja wojinkume. Shine ba eka eha 1 month ni washibi eni. Ni waka ha ko wa wolu. De ka we ba ha stores bi awulu. Ni waka wa waya tuemi. She ba abajen. The one they wakalete jen. Ni wakalete jaka what you fire bi eni.
That this is the time for the ban on drumming and dancing and noise making in the Greater Accra region.
So we are very, very conscious. And so that's why we are seeking advice from the police and also from our lawyers. But we are going to take a very drastic action. Our placards are ready and we are moving. Tomorrow, we are sending a petition to the presidency.
The mayor of Accra, Michael Kpakpo Alote, however, debunked claims by traders that they were not given prior notice ahead of the planned relocation exercise.
We are talking to them over a year now, but they said, oh, we should give them time. They've brought things to sell in December. By January, they'll finish selling the things, then we can start the development. January, before we see, they took us to court. Previously, you take AMA to court, there will be no lawyers to come, then before you see you. But now, because of the reset agenda, everything is being reset.
According to him, the relocation forms part of efforts to decongest the market. Added that more shops will be built to accommodate traders and move them off the streets, while appealing to the traders for support and understanding.
If we want to have a capital, and we cannot do development because somebody said it's a single mother, it's always shouting, I'm a single mother, I'm a single mother. But we have engaged you over a year. So I beg the women.
Some offices of the National Identification Authority remain locked as the strike by NIA members of the Public Services Workers Union enters day 2. The action, which is in protest of delays in the approval and implementation of migration reports linked to workers' conditions of service, has left several customers of the authority stranded. Channel One News' Rachel Engman reports.
A visit by Channel One News to the NIA's Greater Accra Regional Office on Thursday revealed locked offices, empty chairs and deserted canopies with no active services ongoing. A staff member who spoke on condition of anonymity said some branches are operating on a limited scale with only skeletal staff who are not members of the Public Services Workers Union at post. Applicants who spoke to Channel One News expressed frustration over the continued disruption, saying the situation is affecting urgent transactions and official processes requiring the Ghana card. They are appealing to government and relevant authorities to urgently address the concerns of the workers and restore full operations.
They should make sure that the workers come back to work and give them whatever they need, because the people also need the Ghana card. We are in Ghana and we use it often. I submitted my letter here and it's a long process. I have to go and come back again. So all I would say is that the government should meet the needs of the people.
The strike, they have gone. It's a legitimate right. They have to advocate for some rights that they need. That's okay. Government have a role to play in fulfilling some demands that they want. However, considering other institutions who don't go to strike, who still manage the situation and their rights are still met, I think that they will have to go to the negotiation table and press on at that stage than taking the whole country hostage by cutting off their work time and leaving the offices empty and getting clients, and for that matter Ghanaians, stranded all around. I personally think that is not the right way to go.
How negotiations continue, applicants say they are hoping for a swift resolution to restore Ghana card services. Reporting for Channel One News, I am Rachel Engman.
Meanwhile, the National Labour Commission, NLC, has directed striking workers of the National Identification Authority, NIA, and the Public Services Workers Union to immediately call off their ongoing industrial action. The directive follows a meeting held on Thursday between the Commission, the Union, the National Identification Authority and the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission over delays in the implementation of migration reports tied to the workers' conditions of service. Let's now go over the phone lines and talk to management of the NIA and head of the corporate affairs, William Ampoma Dallas. Thank you very much, Mr. Dallas, for joining us. Now, quickly, were you at the meeting today and are you satisfied with the outcome?
Right, so good evening to you and to your viewers. So this afternoon at exactly 3 p.m., the management of the National Identification Authority, together with the Mother Union and the local union, and then Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, met at the National Labour Commission after deliberation, the National Labour Commission directed the union to call off the strike as you have indicated. And the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission was also directed by the NLC to ensure the full implementation of the migration document and report by 4th June, which is next month. And so the parties, we all left very happy, in high spirit, having in mind that we are going to work together to ensure the full implementation of the final migration documents.
Share with us how the strike has affected operations at NIA.
If you can come again, please.
No, I'm asking.
I lost you.
Right. So I'm asking how the strike has affected operations at NIA offices.
Great. So in the last 2 days, a number of people that went to our offices to procure our services, but we were unable to serve them as a result of the staff and other members of staff who are not members of the union, who were operating in some of the offices. But generally, the union has the majority of our workforce. And so if they are striking, the implication is really dire. Fortunately, this didn't go beyond 48 hours. Hopefully by tomorrow, 8:30, all our offices will be open by the directive of the National Labour Commission and the conversation we've had with the union. Our offices will be open to the public tomorrow, and we are going to fully operate and ensure that whoever turns up in our office nationwide to secure or procure any of our services will be served as the case was before the strike.
Now, how are you going to address the complaints from your workers about the conditions of service?
We as management indicated earlier that those were legitimate concerns. And the leader of the management, or if you like, the executive secretary of the authority, Mr. Wisdom Kwakudeku, has committed to ensuring that the migration document is signed off so that the staff will be motivated to execute the responsibilities that we have entrusted into their care. And so as management, we are going to work together with Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, the union, and ensure that before the 4th, which is the next day, the next meeting day between the National Labour Commission and all the parties, we will be able to positively report what has been done so that we won't have to traverse on this journey again. And we are optimistic that the assurances we have gotten from the finance minister and all the people that wade into this issue, we will be able to implement it before the 4th June.
Very well. NIA Head of Corporate Affairs, Mr. Williams Dallas, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank
now,
you
in a related development, staff of the National Identification Authority are expected to return to work on Friday after the directive from the National Labour Commission. Speaking to Channel One News, General Secretary of the Public Services Workers Union, Bernard J, said the union would comply with the Commission's directive.
Thankfully, the Commission heard us, heard the other parties, and has given certain directives. That is the appointed legal entity to deal with these matters. So as a responsible union, we have taken the directives in good faith. We think it is fair. So for now, the NLC's directive to call off the strike stands, and we would do whatever we have to do to make sure that tomorrow the staff of NIA are back to the office. We want to appeal that all stakeholders, especially the Ministry of Finance and the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission help all of us to ensure that we keep a peaceful industrial atmosphere.
Now, turning our attention to health issues, the Sector Minister, Kwabena Minta-Kando, has directed the immediate posting of 3 medical doctors and 5 midwives to the Mother and Child Hospital in Kaswa. The directive follows the death of Abigail Opoku, a pregnant woman who reportedly died during labor after the hospital allegedly failed to perform a requested cesarean section due to no available beds in the recovery ward. Channel One News' Ni Ayukwe Okain reports.
Abigail Opoku, a pregnant woman, was reportedly left dead while in labor after the Mother and Child Hospital in Kaswa allegedly failed to perform a requested cesarean section, citing a lack of available beds in the recovery ward. Following the tragic incident, the Minister of Health, Kwabena Minta-Kando, on Thursday paid a visit to the hospital and interacted with some patients at the facility.
That happened to pass several times. That was last month. Me that will be seen. And me sound so free. Or say oba me den chat neba ni iri ba be wu. O ma dey am ni iri wu. Sa den eta si pan pacho pan for mu kasa. Me asi dey work and no meeting say oba na me dwani ba nti utale. Nde intana me dwani ba nti en for mu kasa pa mu nya serious.
Dey ye be hia ye equipment no. Say equipment ni ye enough because with the incident issue was the bed. It is a bed issue. You should provide more so that incidents will NCB.
Speaking to journalists, Kwabena Minta-Kando directed the immediate posting of 3 medical doctors and 5 midwives to the health facility.
They made me aware that they are overwhelmed and so they need more staff. So the problem they enumerated, those I can solve instantly. I have directed that about 3 medical doctors should be posted here with immediate effect. I have also directed that they should post 5 midwives to this facility. I have also directed that about 5 of their orderlies must be mechanized with immediate effect. I have directed that they give me a list of health equipment, medical equipment, that within the next 24 to 48 hours we will supply them, and a number of issues that came up. I have directed them to make sure that from tomorrow they start changing the narrative at the Mother and Child.
The minister also commissioned a free primary healthcare post at the Medina market. The Member of Parliament for Medina, Francis Xavier Sosu, urged the health minister to prioritize the redevelopment of the Pantine and Damfa hospitals to improve healthcare delivery.
I want to use the platform to appeal to him that we pay a little attention to Pantine Hospital so that we can redevelop Pantine Hospital. Beyond what Kwame Nkrumah did, no government has done anything to improve mental health in Ghana, especially with the Pantine Hospital.
During an engagement with the media, the health minister announced the establishment of specialized units at all health facilities to address poor client service.
Yesterday, I saw a video circulating widely from, I hear, allegedly coming from Takwa. I am directing the service to do is that they must have an experience and a senior health professional at each facility who will be in charge of client services. So that person, or even if it's a department, they will be liaising between the client, the patient, and the health professionals.
Residents of Kumdi and surrounding communities in the Pandai district are calling on government to urgently address challenges confronting healthcare delivery in the area. According to the residents, the Kumdi Health Center lacks a reliable means of transportation for emergency and critical health cases. Channel One News' regional correspondent Mohammed Aminu Alabira visited the area and filed this report.
Among the challenges confronting residents are the poor road network and limited access to quality health care. Residents who spoke to Channel One News expressed deep concern about the poor state of the health care delivery and the bad road network, which they say continue to contribute to the loss of lives.
Raise the clinic so that we'll get materials, more materials. As soon as my uncle, at the same time, my brother, open this clinic, we want the government to raise it so that it will go high level, so that we will not be suffering. If something just occur, we'll just pick the person there so that he will be healed and strong.
Clinic no so e wo ho no so no. Yesra ben say obey upgrade clinic no. Said ye be ya obey tre mu ama atumi aboa ya ye wo mbote mu ha.
The health administrator at Kumende Health Center says the facility is doing its best to serve the people, but agrees with the concerns raised by residents. According to him, one of the biggest challenges facing the center is the lack of reliable transportation for emergencies.
We have a good maybe transport system that we can assist. We can also find a ways of maybe sending information. Maybe they have a community center or maybe chiefs, and they have a way of maybe, okay, you have a case here, they can call in, how you can move quickly, smoothly in terms of the transport to move the clients here. But then, because that means is not there, they are allowed to do it in their own way.
In a bid to ease the burden on residents, a philanthropist and an indigene of Kumende has established a health facility to complement government effort in delivering quality healthcare services.
Can you imagine taking a woman who is pregnant and due on a motorbike from here to Panda to access emergency health care? To take a woman from here to Salaga to access maternal health care, which the woman may just die on her way. So our roads are very deplorable, and we call on the Minister of Roads, we call on government to come to our aid. We call on the Minister of Health, Honorable Akando, to turn an eye to Panda constituency, the Agenda 111 hospital. We need a referral center for Titus Medical Center.
This is a Channel One Newsroom, still to come.
For over 38 years, Casapraco PLC has been part of Ghana's everyday life. A Ghanaian beverage manufacturing company with an established portfolio of brands and a strong operating history. Casapraco PLC has announced the share offer in connection with its listing on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Information relating to the offer, including the terms and conditions, is set out in the offer prospectus. The prospectus is available on www.casapreco.com and from licensed stockbrokers. The offer is scheduled to close on Monday, 1st June 2026, subject to the terms outlined in the prospectus. This communication is issued for information purpose only and does not constitute investment advice or an offer to invest. Casapreco, a step beyond excellence.
As the sun rises over the city of Accra, its warm glow settles on one of the city's most thoughtfully planned communities, Lakeside Estate, and once again, something exceptional is unfolding. After the successful sale of our 4-bedroom Orca at Lakeside Hills, a new masterpiece is about to make its debut. An exquisite 4-bedroom story Orca home overlooking a breathtaking landscape of the Abri Mountains. This remarkable home now features a total floor area of 330 square meters, set on a generous 7,140 square foot plot.
Health is in your hands, but at some point it passes on to us. At Mintuba Hospital and Coloproctology Center, we believe that quality healthcare isn't a privilege, it's a right. Equipped with cutting-edge technology, we are fully prepared to effectively deal with all colorectal, and proctological conditions. Our team of highly skilled doctors, surgeons, and nurses are renowned for their expertise in minimally invasive and painless laser, ligature, and lungoproctological surgery. We are committed to providing a wide range of services to meet the diverse needs of our patients. Mintuba Hospital, your health is our priority. Visit Mintuba Hospital today or call us at 0244 581 541 or 0271 054 204. Mintuba Hospital, in to serve a peculiar health need.
Thanks for staying. Up next is Channel One Business with Netele Ajaho.
CNR Business is brought to you by EcoBank.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
You're welcome, Natalie.
Thank you, Frema.
No, it's surprising. You know, the Chamber of Mines is against IEA's call for full nationalization.
Yes, they are saying that if that is done, investor confidence will drop because they prefer both
to run alongside each other. Please give us the full story.
Now, the Ghana Chamber of Mines has pushed back against calls by the Institute of Economic Affairs for full nationalization of Ghana's mineral resources. The chamber maintains that Ghana's mining industry requires both multinational and indigenous companies to operate alongside each other to sustain investment, production and sector growth. There's more in the following report.
The position by the Ghana Chamber of Mines follows calls by the Institute of Economic Affairs for government to reject the proposed 20-year lease extension for Goldfields Tarkwa mine, citing the need for greater state participation and increased local ownership in the mining sector. By speaking at a press conference, Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber, Engineer Ken Ashibe, stressed the importance of coexistence between multinational mining firms and indigenous operators.
A country like Australia, who's also been mining, who has major firms, do not have the capacity. Is the reason why they will have an African firm, an African country, have 4 mines that are wholly owned. So Goldfields has mines there, Barrick has mines there, other people. The thing about it is that we need to get Ghanaians to get to the heights of our mining. That has to happen. But they have to coexist with others as well. Because, see, definitely you're going to have the big players. So the big players will come, some of the technologies, they will originate from the big players. So when they come into they attract all of that in there. And so it is about a combination of both.
Engineer Ken Ashibe also called for stronger regulation, enhanced transparency, and policies that improve investor confidence in the sector.
We need to make sure that we are attracting the investment capital. And it's not only local investment capital, but not only foreign, local investment capital as well. There are Ghanaians that now want to go and set up in Cote d'Ivoire. It's not only foreign investment that would leave, even Ghanaian investment. Because again, at the end of the day, for a Ghanaian, what is he looking for? Any investor, what you're looking for is return. So wherever you get the return. So for us, Ghanaians have the capacity to be able to do it. The only thing is that we believe that we should coexist in doing it. And again, when we have laws based on which people have taken decisions, we as a people, we have been a respecter of laws. It's the reason why we've grown. So if the Act 7 03443 says the minister shall. We should not now start bringing policies at the middle of the road. That goes to say that no, that is not going to happen.
Now, the Ghana Revenue Authority is intensifying efforts to boost domestic tax mobilization as part of measures to reduce the country's reliance on IMF support. Deputy Commissioner in charge of the Communication and Public Affairs Department of the authority, Florence Asante, underscored the role of tax compliance in driving national development and ensuring fiscal stability. There's more in the following report.
Domestic revenue mobilization is expected to remain central to Ghana's development agenda, with the Ghana Revenue Authority advocating for tax compliance. Speaking during a tax education program organized by the Communication and Public Affairs Department of the GRA for the Muslim business community, Deputy Commissioner in charge of the department, Florence Asante, stressed the need for individuals and businesses to honor their tax obligations to support economic growth and public financing.
All the other social amenities that come with being in this country, no matter how good or bad they are, that's what we have. And we should all know that these things are being financed with what we pay as taxes. Over the past few years, I'm sure we all have the information about the relationship we have with the IMF and the fact that we want to wean ourselves away from the IMF. How do we do that? We need to be able to finance the development of this country through our own taxes.
She further described the engagement with the Muslim business community as productive, noting that tax education remains key to improving voluntary compliance.
I think this program has been very, very successful. This is a group of, the Muslim business community has been very receptive. The discussion has been very engaging, and we've taken note of all the issues that they have with regard to taxation. And we are ready to engage them further so that we will make sure that all the issues that they have raised are addressed and ensure that once they have information they need, they will be able to comply with regard to the tax laws.
Meanwhile, members of the Muslim business community expressed their readiness to comply with tax obligations and support domestic revenue mobilization efforts.
We've been educated on income tax, we've been educated on VAT, we've been educated on port duties, and we've also said what we think about some of the duties and the taxes at the port. So the interaction has been two-way. I believe everybody who participated, all the business, Muslim business people participated, they are going away with something that they will implement in their own businesses and make changes.
Let's now bring you an update on crude oil prices and how the local currency is performing on the interbank market. And that's all for business. I am Netele Netiajaho. Back to you, Frema.
Thank you very much. Now to some other stories. The President of the National House of Chiefs has called for a radical overhaul of Ghana's mineral revenue sharing system, arguing that host communities receive too little despite decades of mining activities. The House says inadequate funding is hampering its ability to arbitrate chieftaincy cases. There is more in this report by Ashanti Regional Correspondent Tofik Mohammed.
Speaking during a courtesy call by the Parliamentary Select Committee on Chieftaincy, Culture and Religious Affairs on the National House of Chiefs, Paramount Chief of Sefi Anyaso Traditional Area, Oje Awowo Yaujebi II, bemoaned the huge gap between hosting 4 mining companies for over 80 years and the infrastructure deficit in his area.
We need a radical review. And again, why is it that this portion should be paid into the consolidated fund before certain deductions are made before they come back to the traditional areas and the municipal assemblies?
The paramount chief of Juabin traditional area, Nana Otu Serebo II, said the National House of Chiefs, established under the Constitution and meant to be funded from the Consolidated Fund, is being starved of resources. He told the committee to examine the situation, urging timely resourcing to allow the National House of Chiefs carry out effective mediation during disputes.
Can't we have a symbiotic relationship where you can have the AG's office sending, personnel to the House of Chiefs to act as legal consultants or as legal advisors?
Meanwhile, the committee assured the House of its commitment of resolving the issues raised.
But we'll have further engagement to fine-tune some of the concerns, to look at the Chieftaincy Act of 2008, where there has to be a possible amendment legislation instrument that will go with the Parent Act for proper implementation.
The Member of Parliament for Ablekuma Central and member of the committee, Abdul Latif Dan, urged the House to write a proposal to Parliament for consideration.
If a bill is put before Parliament, we will propagate that bill to make sure it stands the bill. It is something mandatory. It is your right. The Constitution has given you that power to stand the bill.
Residents and business owners in Ziome in the Ketu South municipality of the Volta region have been plunged into darkness for more than a month after the community's only transformer developed faults. The prolonged power outage has left households struggling to access water. Channel One News' Volta regional correspondent Desmond Selassie Ago has more.
The installation of a new transformer to replace the faulty one remains the single most important desire for residents of Ziome, a community in the Ketu South municipality of the Volta region. The faulty transformer has for the past 1 month and over plunged the community into darkness, with households and electricity-dependent businesses alike struggling to cope. Almost every aspect of life in Ziome has been affected. Homes do not have water because they are unable to pump from underground wells. Students struggle to study at night. Businesses are folding up with daring ones incurring financial losses. Residents of Ziome are calling for urgent installation of a new transformer to restore electricity supply to the community following the breakdown of the existing one.
Mia motori, mia wachi, transforma va wo, enye po frigia motor zamala, la blanc, milodi de doma, jojo le de vieux chikata va je, panya va je, kusa, pipo so va koro gbora.
Ye bibia na ye, eni yon kwala de omu pamade, light na ye mudi pamade, lamba 2, ye nsuo nususo, starlight no, ye nsuo. I had new area inside. And you need to be an ebe bula, except bula no kuma fixing any machine. Yet me kase be sense you and your mumboy.
Business operators lament the impact of the prolonged power outage on their livelihoods. They say economic activities in the community have come to a standstill.
1 month you be miabe transformer bla ye kwea won kata kaka no sia no ne gaji mo Champions League ya va liga kple Premier League va ya America me gado do na mo to kwa ojo ikaka dijipa wa va pon vo gaka mi wo mo dari won kata ogun na mi won menta va ifia wa gagbo mi agawe
nyɔnu gblẽ more than 100 million kla ne mi be miabui kla menye nyavio mi de kuku no va kpele mi enti ewɔ tete miatuwɔ miada kple ne mievio miaɖua mi kpɔ gate miatuwɔ mi metegbe le wɔtu ge le kpedzi o mi tegbe tu ge le kpedzi o mi de kuku no kpele mi enti.
A school in the community says the situation is affecting academic activities as students are unable to study or complete assignments at night because of the absence of electricity. Meanwhile, a clinic serving the community says the outage is disrupting healthcare delivery and affecting its day-to-day operations.
We use electricity to power the machines, but because of the absence of the power, we are unable to do the practicals. So we really found it difficult teaching our final year students before they wrote their BC.
Students are suffering from the power
to study about the computer and those things, we are now suffering from the power. So we are begging the government to help us restore our power back.
You don't have light. By discussing how to do work, if people come here, they cannot even stay for long because of the heat and those things too.
Speaking to Channel One News, community leader Sariki Ilyasu Issa explained that the community has outgrown the capacity of the existing transformer, causing excessive pressure on the facility and eventually leading to its breakdown. He is therefore appealing to the Electricity Company of Ghana to urgently intervene and provide the community with a new transformer to restore stable electricity supply.
When the transformer went off, that's the time they came like 2-3 times to try to restore it, but it failed, so they couldn't come back.
Residents here in Ziome who have been without access to electricity for the past 1 month are calling on stakeholders, especially the Electricity Company of Ghana, to quickly come to their aid and repair their faulty transformer. Reporting for Channel One News from Ziome in the Ketu South municipality of the Volta region, my name is Desmond Siago.
You're still watching the Channel One Newsroom. Still ahead.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Bensuni, Asamo.
Me didn't tum. Mr. Femi Kakalika, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Femi once now.
Hey, is that you? Improve car. Yeah.
Captain, mosquito, double the action. Me didn't sasso spray. Mr. Femi sasso quell. Yeah, come my
Sasso, come tum preko.
Turn up your sound experience with the We Hear speakers by Lovi. From the sleek We Hear 1 to the powerful We Hear 2. And now the premium We Hear Pro. Fully endorsed by Kylian Mbappe. This is not just a speaker, it's a flexible, high-performance outdoor Bluetooth speaker built to bring your music to life anywhere. With up to 100 watts of music power, you get bold, immersive sound wherever you go. All available in stylish standout colors. Now the good news. From April 20th to May 20th, grab yours at a special discounted price. The We Hear 1 now at 400 Ghana cedis. The We Hear 2 at 900 Ghana cedis. And the premium We Hear Pro now at 3,800 Ghana cedis. Don't miss out. Call 020-195-7739 or pick up at the Atlantic Towers. You can also grab yours at Orange FM Kumasi, Plus FM or 3 Music TV in Accra. Number 12 of Fuller Street at Belengpe. Don't miss out on this special discounted offer. It's the We Hear promo powered by Lovi. We Hear, feel the power, hear the difference.
The best part of going home is family.
Sit up. Hey, mommy. My wife is doing something delicious.
Hot pepper sauce, spicy. Bona yete, Lizzy Shito.
The Shito is Shito. Lizzy Shito, overfill.
Lizzy Shito, please, can I take some to school tomorrow?
Yes, my son, you can. Lizzy Shito, dear. Ebesu obiasu.
Lizzy Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy.
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. And you're spicy.
For bulk purchase, kindly contact 050-168-3344 or 050-155-0998. This advert is FDA approved.
Abeko,
why
are we recording?
You've got worries.
Too many of them. You know, why are we recording too many challenges with the athletics championship?
Yeah,
why?
we failed to plan properly. We failed to plan because we had 24 months to put ourselves together to get this event running. We don't have to get issues of athletes finishing a race and they are looking on somebody's phone to see who came first. And all of that. This is
you know, I mean, for the purposes of the event still ongoing and for having visitors around, we will leave it here. When we finish, please go on.
Let's talk about the positive now, shall we? Now, Ghana secured 3 medals on day 3 of the ongoing African Senior Athletics Championship at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. The team picked up a silver medal in the women's long jump alongside bronze medal in the men's 800 meters and a women's 400 meters event. My colleague Pius Asak was there and put together this.
Day 3 of the African Athletics Championship delivered one of Team Ghana's strongest performances so far as the contingent bounced back from a medal-less opening day to secure multiple podium finishes. A notable feature of the day was the fully functional automated timing system, which worked seamlessly throughout the session. Ghana's breakthrough came through Florence Agyemang, who secured the country's first medal of the competition with bronze in the women's 400 meters, clocking 51.87 seconds. Alain Samankwa followed up with another bronze in the men's 800 meters final, finishing in 1.46 seconds to add to Ghana's growing medal tally.
I felt like I had a lot left in the tank. But you know, the 800, it's not always about your fitness. Sometimes it's about the positioning that you're at. And I just happened to be in the wrong spot at the wrong time. But I had some Ghana magic pull me through the last 100 meters, and I was able to get a medal for my country, and it means a lot to me, for sure.
Esther Obenewa then produced Ghana's standout performance of the day, claiming silver in the women's long jump with a leap of 1.81 meters. Here's Esther Obenewa speaking after the race.
Oh, I feel great, excited, and overwhelmed. Like, I feel so good.
Yeah. Tell me about 1.81. What did you make of the height today?
What did I?
1.81. What did you make of that performance?
Yeah, I gathered myself. I gathered my energy. It got to a point I even felt like giving up because I had to go and go again. But I told myself, no, I have to be on that podium today. And so I gathered my energy, myself, my fans, the crowd. They motivated me, and I jumped.
The day's biggest highlight, however, came from the men's 4x100 meters relay team, who secured qualification to the final after a strong and well-coordinated performance. Speaking to the media, the relay team celebrated qualification and spoke confidently ahead of the final.
I always preach round by round. You know, this is the first round of the relay. We came out here to try to qualify to the finals, and we did it. So we have a few things to polish in tomorrow's warm-up, and then we'll come out there and make the podium. Yeah.
Talking about things to polish, I'm asking you directly.
Well, let's get into World Cup related issues now. And Deputy Finance Minister and Chairman of the World Cup Fundraising Committee, Thomas Nyako-Ampem, has disclosed that the committee has received substantial financial support from corporate institutions as preparations intensify towards the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Speaking during a donation presentation on Wednesday, May 14, 2026, Ampem confirmed that several companies had contributed millions of Ghana cedis to support the Black Stars campaign ahead of the tournament.
Today we've received 1 million Ghana cedis from Absa Bank. We have received the cedi equivalents of $100,000 from Zijin Mining Company. I think that is 1.3 million cedis. And EcoBank Ghana has also given us 3 million Ghana cedis, and Ghana Gas 5 million Ghana cedis. So on behalf of the fundraising committee, we say, God bless you. We also want to remind you and those who are yet to come that this is tax deductible. And so you can, in the process of filing your taxes for 2026, include this so that the full effect of this donation is not on your companies.
Well, that's the very latest from the world of sport, and I am Bernard Abeku. That's your sports Frames.
Very well, thank you, Abeku. And it's surprising that, you know, the Black Stars are still getting monies whilst we are suffering with the athletics championship. Well, I'm struggling. Maybe
no comments for now.
I suffer to understand things. Thank you very much. Anyway, and that's how we wrap up. This has been the Channel One Newsroom. Do visit our website, channel1newsonline.com, for more information on our top stories.